First thing I see is the high wind blowing shopping carts across here and a few more pieces of trash in the landscaping. The landscaping is always catching trash, and the landscaping is not part of our cleaning contract. If I had my suggestion, I would say that if one company was responsible for the landscape, there would be no discussion on these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bushes that lose its leaves in the fall. And for the last 2 years, I've cleaned those up, but for the first 2 I did not. So I know that's a $1,500, $1,800 job just to clean up the leaves here. If we're looking at all of the trees here, they're not an issue yet, but I would be looking at those in the next 2 years to keep them trimmed back, because if they get out of control here, they'll be too big and there's too many of them. But the landscaping here is just awesome. And it's a big job to keep the landscaping clean too, because the neighbors don't clean the trash the way they should, and you can see exactly how quickly your neighbor's trash can come. That's the northwest looking right there. So how quickly it can come from the neighbors there. In the back of the market, very clean. There. Everything back here is good and clean because the wind picks it up here and takes it and throws it back against the building and everything here that we clean. Back here that we call the catcher's mitt. All of the wall packs on the back of the building here we're looking at. We're looking at the striping on the back of the parking lot, what good shape it is back here when it's not subject to so much salt on the front. We just repaired several of those lights here. You even see here that this place is good enough with shields to shield your neighbors from light invasion, they call it. We did a great deal when this was built here to get this grass stand going here on this pond and get it to look as good as it does. But again, nobody's really doing any maintenance on the pond as far as the trash or watching it. That I know, the landscape does it in the summertime. Hey, you have some Canadian geese in there. We hear them honking at me. How nice and clean the front of it is, the shopping center here. Dollar Tree. I'm amazed that that trash can isn't loaded full in 4 hours. These guys here create more trash than Gordman's. We did not raise the price on it when they went in. We've never raised the price on the mall as anybody goes in right now, because we don't want to lose our contract. Excuse me a minute. Okay, this is the back. There's Carter Hearing right there. The back of the, I don't even know how to pronounce their name of that restaurant. But I have 100% parking lot burn over here. I just fixed one of their 2 bulbs right there. Look how just mint-shaped clean the parking lot is. But again, always a piece of trash or 2 hanging in the landscape somewhere. With our 50 and 60 mile an hour winds, we even have some trash in the trees. Very nice building here too, no trouble with this whatsoever. What good people in it. Ooh, it even smells good over here. Okay, almost done talking about the landscaping. I would just do anything here, Karen, if I had the landscaping, the snow and everything here, and you could work out what is wrong with us and ours. It must be the money. What are we not doing? Is it all going on budget now, 12-month, or how is everybody doing that now? A person that comes through like I do and I drive this place, I'm in here 5-6 days a week myself personally looking for things that's wrong, hopefully to find everything that's correct. What I would like to have is I would love to get on the horn right now and get a crew over here and pick all this trash out of the landscaping here right now. When we did that, when we did not do the landscaping for the first year for Pine Tree, they paid us $175 a time to come in and hand pick everything. Now that probably wouldn't get it on the first one, but doing one a month or one every 6 weeks is what they were doing. Okay, and it's not too bad right now. They just swept the street, but that curb right there in front of your mall, if I was doing everything, I think it would be suggested that I curb sweep that in front of your mall to make sure every inch of your mall looks absolutely perfect from the road out here. And this down here where we stack the snow, something should be different right there. You see the big Gordman sign and nothing but trash in front of it. I think that looks terrible. Your landscaping is amazing. It's not fair to ask me to pick up the leaves every year and take out of my meager sweeping budget profit to clean up the leaves, because we have to clean those up. We don't have any choice. And now I have the snow guys to clean up. They was throwing rock salt on the sidewalks like crazy. You can't do that. Those guys are a big tough bunch when they rebuild ditches and everything, but I certainly don't think they have the personality that we do on taking care of Greg in the winter. We just had 3 mean years. With last year we went out 42 times. We've been out 7 wiener times this year, and last year 42, and some of them were 3-day mean events. We had a mean one where we had an ice storm where there was 10 inches of freezing rain that stuck on the front of the mall, and it kept slipping down and melting out on the front, and it completely addressed that sidewalk at all times, where I seen them take 3 days to do the sidewalk this year. We have spinning brushes. We would run around in those areas that were still snowy and wet that they left and turn them into water so it would freeze dry and get the freeze dried look. Order me whatever you want to do here and make sure I'm in the black ink and make me some black ink profit out of here. The sweeping budget, picking up the snow cleaning and picking up after the lawn and landscape, it eats away at my profit. If it takes me $2,000 a month to do it, and I make a couple $300, I can't do much with that. I can't help anybody too much. And you look at the striping out here in front of Gordman's is so much weaker than the rear. That's strictly the salt, and you can't do a thing about it. Oh, I wanted to show you one more thing on the front. Let's go around front. Okay, you don't have any potholes yet, but this is the beginning of a pothole right here. What this is right here is this is getting water inside it right here, and then the winter time it'll freeze. What we should have here right here is put crack filler on all of this right here, and you can see the 2 paths of the paver that went down through here. This is the seam here. This seam should be filled with crack filler because it goes across the front of the building and it's starting to spread out in different areas. Don't get water under the asphalt to freeze in a road. That's a secret. Send it all down the drains. But you should have a little number out here every year for crack filling. There's quite a bit in different areas and then none in others. But just keep the asphalt tight. You got no problems. It's all new yet. The curbing is real good. Where we dinged it, you can see gray spots where they dinged it. It just needs repaired yet. But the place is really perfectly clean, everything except the trash that sticks in this gorgeous landscape. That it takes a human with hands, those bags that stick in there like that, they'll stay in there till we go by and grab them. Till my crew that's cleaning the curb will bend over and grab those, and it's just a pull match. You know, them real tough plastic bags in those bushes. And 60-mile-an-hour winds lately. Look there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces right there. Just an issue. Okay, another issue is nobody will ever close. Why is Republic putting a can there and not over in its pen? And why don't they ever close the pen gates? The trash can pen gates are never closed. And now they're getting into the habit. It's much easier for the driver to pull in here sideways of that big truck and grab this box than try to turn around in here and get it out of the pen. The pens are all locked and closed here, but the sanitainers have been moved on the outside for easy coming and going by the driver. There, we're scaring the geese away. And come back here on this one and take a real quick peek here. This is for neighbors. Now Gordman's is real clean, but they never closed those two gates there, and those are easy for them to dump. And these would be two here. We cleaned out this pen here that needed a dump truck to clean it out. They were throwing it over the wall here. But we cleaned all them out, and then they never put them two cans back. You can see the phone number and stuff on there, Waste Management. Trash in the landscape. I have suggested a couple times that if we had all of the landscaping, you would never see the trash in the landscape looking at the front of the mall there. Most of that is from the big snow piles that just melted there. Okay, in closing, really everything real good. What kind of a number, Karen, could I give you guys or talk to Greg about? Could we get a shot back at doing the lawn again and all the landscape? Could we get a shot at the snow? Do you want a year-round price? What could we do there? And in the summertime, the 8 months or so when the landscape crew here, that's not an issue. They're there every week doing a good job. They do a good job, but they completely stop in November. And right now it's March, and we're looking at it there. So nobody touches it for a third of a year. You should get some striping going. You can see how weak the striping is across here. We need to stripe it again. We striped it 2 years ago. The lights are all working. We got a couple here and there we're finishing. There's no drainage problems. Let me look at your list here real quick and see if there's anything on your inspection list I need to go through.